shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like...
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, we've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
50, plant. Drop deep. Get it.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Ready.
On 1st down, Tomlinson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Elway. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike.
Now it's Tomlinson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And this is Tomlinson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Elway. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Little. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Elway. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Tomlinson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Set, 60 or Christian travel.
They're running it. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Go.
Bumps up the helmet. Here we go.
Get.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now.
They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Can't do so.
By 56, by 56.
Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ball. And this one complete to Smith. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Smith. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
15 line. 15 line.
On second down, here's Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Shoot.
On 3rd and 2, ball goes underneath for Bell. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Protein spill. Yes.
Wide, get wide.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Fights free yet again. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have picked that one, sir.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super talk.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. Remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but Let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll run on first down. It's Smith, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. That's complete to Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. On first down, ball. That's complete to Sharp. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Throwing on first down. Ball. Got a man. It's Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Smith trying to run for it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now Elway. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Set, ready? 18, Gator.
Tackles.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 4. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, folks.
So we've reached halftime here. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. To throw on second down. Ball complete. Smith has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover. They want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. This will be caught by Brown. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Tomlinson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Elway. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Elway now off of play action. It's caught. Smith. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Elway. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 13 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. Now Elway to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see they've already clinched the AFC North. As it stands, of course, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend. But we always talk about coaches saying we want to win that division, and that's the key thing, right?
You're exactly right. Win the division. That's where it all starts. That's how you construct your team each and every year. How are we going to win our division? What's it going to take? What type of team do we need to have? Then once you get that accomplished, you're hosting the first round. You're hosting the wild card. So you tell your fans, come on out and support us here. Let's use this as a springboard for a deep run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They fake the give. Now Elway. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, but I'm going to keep firing.
That one's complete to Tomlinson. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. They're going to keep it on the ground. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Smith. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Topper! Check.
Again, it's Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Ball caught here by Bell. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Under 10.
On 1st down, it's Smith, and this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Ready to break.
This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
What we got?
Go. Big grip.
They go again to Tomlinson. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the gun, they give to Tomlinson. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now the Steelers down on the scoreboard. A little under 40 seconds to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rolling to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Hey!
Check 50.
Spike!
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a tough blow to their